Alright guys, here we are at the Science and Technology Museum. I'm ready to do this. Let's go. My call to all the people, Ethiopians, Africans, no matter who you are, my call is that we need to focus on the light. Darkness has no power. Darkness has no power at all. Like darkness, it has no power. Why? If you're in the deep darkness, all right, you don't see anything. You don't see where you're going. You don't see what is next to you. And then you just turn light. Boop. In 1 second, that darkness disappears. So do you understand the importance of light in the midst of darkness? This is to tell you that, guys, in the midst of darkness, there's these bright moments that happen, and our job is to focus on that. Sometimes, you know, there'll be a time we'll talk about the issues and everything and the struggles that are happening and how can we get over this, and there will be a time that we channel our energy and we channel our hearts to something good that is happening, to look on the bright side. So because we have one veteran here today, the guy who fought for Korean War. He's here, and I'm gonna have an opportunity and an honor to meet him. Hey, sir, how are you?
Fine.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Ethiopia, for representing Africa and putting Africa on the map. Your sacrifice will never be forgotten. And now all Africans must stand and show up for Ethiopia. As I remember our ancestors and the sacrifice they made to fight for the lives of Koreans, I will dedicate my life to fight for Africans and Ethiopians. I love you. Mika Chabal. Thank you so much. Hey guys, it's good to see everybody. Those last two videos that I shared will be releasing tonight at 9 p.m. East African time. That's kind of like 30 minutes away from now. I shared the link in the comment section. That will be our new episode. Today I had a chance to visit the Memorial Wall, and I went there. And I filmed today this episode, guys. I filmed today. I did today, and I edited the whole day. I was just editing, and I already uploaded on the YouTube channel. It'll be available in 30 minutes. So I will end this session before 30 minutes to allow you guys to move to go to the other episode to watch. If you haven't seen the link yet, please, you can just turn on notification button and get ready for that. I just shared the link in the comment section. Let me pray a little quick and jump into a short discussion that we're going to have right now related to the topic right there. This is not your end. God, I thank you for another bright day that you've given us to see, to breathe, and to enjoy the life. Life is a gift that is given by you. And we pray that as we continue to live, you give us courage and hope to keep persevering, and that we'll not lose that hope, because that is the last thing we have left. In your precious name I pray. Amen. All right, guys, I'll remove this banner. Well, today I have a lot of emotions inside of me, and I think it's because of how I spend my day. I visited the War Memorial, and I was lucky enough, because on Monday you cannot really meet people there, but I was lucky enough to meet this one man who actually fought for, during the war back in the days. And he gave me this. Is the gift right here. It's kind of like a medal. Yeah, he gave me this. It's medal right here. I think this medal I'll be wearing, with me wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so precious. He's the hero, the real hero. He's the one who actually put on my t-shirt, and it was just a very emotional time for me to witness that. And I got to hear, a little bit of the history, because I also met, the guy who is the son of one of the soldier that died a long time ago, right? The son is there taking care of the place, and he showed me the picture of his daddy. You guys will be able to see in that episode. And I saw also another son right there. And I was just thinking, like I was trying to put myself in their shoes, right? That what if my dad, he was the one who fought for something like this, and it's outside of Africa? How would I feel knowing that my dad actually, died because of, the war, and he was fighting for Koreans. So I think the whole day it has been really like heavy on me, just walking and looking at this place. And I know it might be maybe a common thing for you, because you got used to that. Maybe you have seen all this stuff all the time. But I was reminded one thing that I think is the title of that video that I'm going to release. The title of that video, it says, remember who you were. Basically, I can say, remember who you are, right? One thing that human being we struggled with most of the time is we forget. We tend to forget things very easily. We forget. We forget. And you know what happens when you forget? You begin to complain. You lose hope. And you think like you're not going to make it. You think like you're not going to make it. We forget. It's a human nature to forget. And that's why the message of this, of the episode that I will release, is remember who you are, or remember who you were. Because if you look back at the history is supposed to inspire us. It's supposed to motivate us. It's supposed to remind us who we used to be. And history is supposed also to help us to make a reflection of where we came from where we are right now and where we want to go. So remembering who you are, it's basically going back to your history, looking at how many things you have done, looking at how many things you have achieved, looking at how many times God came through and saved you. Look at how many times you won the battle. Look at how many times you're able to accomplish something. Look at how many times you got sick and you actually felt like you're not going to make it, but you made it. Look at how many times enemies came against you. They said everything, whatever they wanted to say against you, but yet you're still standing. Look at how many times you were attacked and people, they even tried to kill you. Maybe you lost a home. Maybe even you lost friends, family members, like the soldiers I met today. They lost their daddy in those battles. But yet you're still standing. At that moment, you felt like you were not going to make it because it was heavy on you and you didn't have hope and you didn't have a direction for your life. But looking back, maybe now it's 10 years later, 20 years later, yet you're still here standing. Remember who you are. Remember how far you have come. Remember how many obstacles you're able to pass through. Remember how many times you fell down, but yet you stood up and you kept walking. Remember who you used to be. Remember how you stepped out and you actually supported the independence of so many countries in Africa because everybody was looking at you as a role model, as a symbol of independence. Remember how strong you are. Not you were, you are, because you are still strong. To the point, he sent troops to South Korea, supported those guys, our fellow brothers and sisters outside of the continent. And you know what? The funny thing is that, yes, the sad thing is that 122 soldiers died, but there were no one lost. When you look at the countries that supported, there's so many soldiers were lost, so many soldiers, they just couldn't find them. But in Ethiopia, there were wounded soldiers, like 500 something. And then the soldiers who died, 122. But there were no loss or nothing. You'll be able to see that episode today at 9 p.m. East African time. Remember who you are. Most of the time we forget when we are at the midst of trouble, at the midst of chaos, at the midst of all this war, at the midst of losing hope. Most of the time we forget. And you know what you do when you forget who you are? You begin to complain. And you lose hope. And you think that this is my end. You think this is the end of my country. This is the end of our people. This is the end of everything. I need to get out of here as soon as possible because there is no hope for tomorrow. But I'm here to remind you that remember who you are. Remember what you have done. Remember how many times, how many years you have been through struggles and troubles, but you're still standing. You're still standing. You're still breathing. You have another shot. You have another day. This is not your end, and you cannot give up right now. I don't know what I'm doing this. Today I was going through my YouTube and my social medias, and then I'm like, dang, man, I post a lot about Ethiopia. I'm in Ethiopia right now. But I don't know why I'm doing this. A couple of days ago, we're here live with Biggie, and I told you guys that there's something is going to happen. Like I can feel it, I can sense it. And we have to remember who we are. And you have to know that this is not your end. It's not your end. I'm here right now in Ethiopia. And I'm visiting all these different places, meeting different people. And I gotta tell you this, man. Africa shall prevail. So Ethiopia shall prevail. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. My message is gonna be very simple today and very short because we have an episode today. So you better prepare your popcorns and you prepare your drinks as well at 9 p.m. because the episode is long. It's like 30 minutes long, but it's full of so much wisdom and so many beautiful things. And all these things, they're meant to remind you who you are. There is no perfect country in Africa. There is no country in Africa that has a perfect history. Not in Africa, not in the rest of the world. Nothing like that. Everybody has their own baggages. Ethiopia does have, and every other countries in Africa, they do have. Every other countries around the world, they do have. Everybody has their own baggages. But that does not change the fact that we should not forget who we are, what we have done. We should not forget because that will inspire us to move forward. To move forward. And I want you guys to move forward. I want you guys to move forward because we can and we will. There's so many noises on the social medias, so many noises in the news, you know. I kept reading, you know, different kind of news, and there's so many noises. And I want to advise you guys, if this is something that actually mess up your routine, you better not even look at the news. You better not even check at them. Because all the propaganda and all the plans is to dismantle you. You know what war does? You know, more than just people dying, the war is dismantling people mentally. It's affecting them mentally. That you constantly live under fear. You constantly feel like you're not safe. You constantly feel like you're going to die tomorrow. That is worse than death itself. You might be dead while you're still alive. That's why I'm telling you today that this is not your end. It is not your end. Don't accept it because it's not your end. Yes, maybe the night is too long, but the horizon is just around the corner. And soon we shall celebrate when we are on the other side. Because God is with you. That's the best I can say. That's all I know, that God is for you and He is with you. This is not your end. Keep holding on, keep hanging on there, keep trusting, keep marching forward, and remember who you are. Remember how many times you came and you supported and you stood for Africa. And that's why Ethiopia is the capital of Africa. Man, it is the capital of Africa, Ethiopia. Here where I am, Addis Ababa is the capital of Africa. Guys, every country in Africa, when you go and then you go to the capital, usually the capital is more beautiful than all other places. Ethiopia is the capital of Africa. Do you understand what does that mean? That means that Ethiopia has and must be safe, has and must be in peace, has and must be in harmony in love and in unity. That means Ethiopia has to be that, because that is the reflection of the entire continent. You might not understand me why I'm pursuing Ethiopia. You might not understand me, but my mission is to fight for one Africa. And we are the capital of Africa. You cannot have one Africa if the capital of Africa is not one. You cannot have peace in Africa if the capital of Africa is not at peace. It might take, for some people, it might take a long time to understand this. That's why today I had to respond to this one comment, which I'm gladly respond to this comment, because it's very important. Even myself, I ask myself sometimes, like, oh, why am I doing this? He said this. He said, dude, using Ethiopia's issue for your YouTube views and likes, something. And I commented, I said, shame on me for using Ethiopia's issue for my likes and views. Shame on me. But we do know that if the capital of your country is not at peace, the whole country is not at peace, because the capital is where the government is. The capital is where the financial is. The capital is where business are. The capital is like the brain of the country. If you go to Tanzania, the capital, of course, is Dodoma. That's where government is. But long time ago, it was Dar es Salaam, where everything is there. You dismantle that place, you dismantle the whole country. Do you understand the strategy? Do you understand what is happening there? This is not just, I'm not talking about the Western intervention. I'm not talking about, no, I'm talking about spiritually and physically as well. You dismantle capital, you dismantle everybody. It's just like when you go to the family and then you attack dad. You take dad out of the picture, the family is broken. I don't mean that mom is not as important as dad, but in the context that I'm saying, dad as the head of the family. That's where I'm coming. You take it out of the picture. You take God, the fear of God out of the picture, the fear of man comes in. You dismantle capital, you dismantle the entire continent. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of you might not understand this and might think that, oh, Ethiopia is not even my country. Why should I care about that? I mean, it's the capital of Africa. You dismantle it, you dismantle Africa. We understand that in order to have one Africa, Ethiopia has and needs to be one. There must be peace in Ethiopia for the rest of Africa to be at peace, because this is the capital. It is the capital. It is the mother of Africa. The mother is in trouble, the entire family is in trouble. You ain't gonna eat anything. The family is broken. My prayer and my wish that Africans will wake up and we will leave our nationality behind, because I can either sit here and talk about my country, but I do understand that if my mission, if I'm being called to be a president of Tanzania, I will talk about that. But I'm called now, I'm called to fight for one Africa. And I understand that Ethiopia is the capital of Africa. And we need to do everything we can to remind Ethiopia, because Ethiopia doesn't even need savior. It doesn't need savior. We need to remember who we are. We need to remember. We need to remember. If you look at the old flag of Ethiopia, it has a lion there, the lion spirit, the strong, the never give up spirit, the persevering spirit, the victory spirit, the spirit of Adwa. That is Ethiopia, man. That is Ethiopia. They fought Italians and they won a couple times. All the times. And they were not colonized. They went to South Korea to support that war. Ethiopia always came on top. Always. And you know, because it's a symbol of victory of the continent. So Africans, every single African, I want you to remember that. And I want you to stand with Ethiopia because it is the capital of Africa. Let there be peace in Ethiopia. Let there be light. Let there be love and unity in this country. I'm here in the land right now and I'm praying that in the mighty name of the living God, let there be peace in this country everywhere. Let there be peace in the Tigray region where war is happening right now. Let there be peace in all different regions of this country. Let there be unity. Maybe, man, maybe it's almost impossible to unite ourselves, but God, what is impossible to us, it is possible to you. And I'm praying this prayer while I'm in this country right now. I told you guys I didn't have a plan to come here. I didn't know what is happening in Ethiopia because I was not checking anything and I was not talking about anything about Ethiopia. But I changed my flight to come here. And when I came here, everything just went together like that. First of all, okay, another thing. I came here, everything just fell on the right path. And also today, I found out that somebody called me and said that Rofnan has a concert on this Saturday. Oh, that's the bright side. Rofnan is my boy. Has a concert on Saturday. Oh my goodness. I texted Rofnan right away and I'm going to be there. I'm going to turn up for his concert. Oh, shout out to Rofnan. Man, you guys, if you're in Addis Ababa, please go there. I'm going to turn up for my boy. I didn't know that he has. So everything's just on the right track. You guys have known that I've been a big fan of Teddy Afro and Rofnan for a while and have done a couple of reactions. And he has his concert this Saturday. I'm going to be there for my boy. I'm going to be there for my boy. All right? Because I know we're going to sing that. There's this new song, this really great song about, what is it? It's about the John, the chapter of John. Anyone who remember that, please let me know in the comment section. But anyways, all these things, guys, they fall under the right time. And I came here, man. I had no idea. Guys, I do not know if you guys understand. I had no idea. Nobody invited me to come here. I was not invited. I decided to come here. And I did not know what's going on. I did not know all these things that is happening. And I came here at the right time. The first time I came here, you remember, guys, it was the time that they were telling people to leave Addis because anytime this city is going to be bombed. And I came at that time. People, they were leaving for me. I came inside. After having like positive results of COVID for a long time. I came at that time. Every time I come here, there's something happening. This time, nobody invited me to come here. I came on my own. I was supposed to leave Korea on 30th of October. I changed the flight all the way to 20th of October and I came here straight. I was supposed to just come here, take another plane to go to Tanzania, but I came and I decided to stay here. And all these things are coming, guys. It's not coincidence. God has a plan. I'm in the country I love. And I tell you guys all the time that I found out 2 months ago that my brother's wife, she's Ethiopian. These are Ethiopians who moved a long time ago from Ethiopia. They moved to Tanzania. So their parents, they actually moved a long time ago. And she like, I showed the picture to a couple of my friends. She's Ethiopian. Guys, this is my family. Do you understand that? Apart before 2 months ago, I was fighting because I believe that Ethiopia is the capital city of Africa. Ethiopia is Africa. If it's in trouble, we're in trouble. It should be. But 2 months later, I found out that, man, it's my family. I spoke to my sister-in-law, and I'm looking at the babies, little babies that I named my actual brother's wife. She is Ethiopian originally. And I called her and I spoke to her. And she was scared at the beginning. I was like, man, no, I know. Why should you be scared? So now, apart from the mission and everything, I'm fighting for my African family. I'm fighting for my real family. Some of you won't understand that, but I believe, this is what I believe. If Ethiopia is going to be at peace, I believe that Africa is going to be at peace with everything I got, because this is the mother of Africa. And if mother is at peace, do you know what mother does? If mother, she's healthy, she do this to the kids. She cook for the kids. She birth kids. She does that. That's why you men, you better take good care of ladies. If you're married, take good care of your wife. If you have a girlfriend, take good care of her. If you have a sister or a mother, take good care of them, because they need to be in sound mind. They need to be at peace for the house to be at peace. Whenever you see a successful man, you have to know that there is a strong woman in front of that man. We better take care of your lady, because she is that important. Ethiopia is her, the mother of Africa. We got to take care of her. In my case, it will be whenever you see a successful man, if you think I'm successful, then there's a God everywhere. But Ethiopia has to be at sound mind, at peace, at everything. This is personal battle for me, guys. It's personal. It is personal. You can believe it or you cannot believe it. I don't care. Just keep moving. That's why that guy who commented today that, oh, you are talking a lot about Ethiopia because of yours, and I told him, shame on me for doing that. But sometimes I know that the breakthrough is about to come, and I know that Ethiopia shall prevail, because it's the mother of Africa. And I want mother of Africa to be at sound mind, at peace, at love, and unity. I want Ethiopia to be one. I want Ethiopians not to hate one another because of the tribal. I don't want Ethiopians to hate all Tigrayan because of what is happening there with TPLF. I don't want that to happen, because a lot of innocent lives and people are dying. And this is not your end. Because if Ethiopia struggle with this, this will be the reflection of the entire Africa. Do you understand that, man? Do you understand that? If your mom is sick, man, the whole family will be sick. If your dad and your mom, they always fight. They're always in trouble. You know what? Kids, they're going to be psychologically damaged. Those kids, they're going to be aggressive later on in their future life. Do you understand that? You have to care what is going on in Ethiopia. Whether you like it or not, you have to care. And you have to pray. And you have to stand with, because whatever is happening here, it's going to be a reflection to all other countries in Africa. If Ethiopia supported other countries to gain their independence, if a lot of African flags, they reflect the flag of Ethiopian's color. If that's the case, do you understand that? That means we are already spiritually, physically connected, because we're one people. So whatever that is happening here can happen here. It's just like the spirit of the leader of the country, it always goes to the people of the country. If you have the worst leader, people will be like that. If you have aggressive leader, people will be like that. If you have like tabula rasa leader, that's how people will be, because that spirit transfer all over the place. That's what it does. This is the capital of Africa. It needs to be safe. It needs to be at peace. It needs to be a sound mind. It needs to be united for the rest of Africa to be like that way. This is where, for God's sake, there's African Union headquarters. The Union of Africa is right here. This is where it is. What else do you want to hear from me? What else do you want to hear from me? So you can tell me to change Swahili nation to be Ethiopia nation. You can tell me whatever you want to say, but we know what we are doing. I know what I'm doing, and maybe I don't know 100% because I don't know what I'm doing all the time, but God knows why he sent me here at this moment and why I'm doing this, what I'm doing. Guys, we have 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, and don't get me wrong, guys, I love Africa. I love every single country in Africa, but I know the timing. God really helped me to be sensitive with the time. I'm not a perfect man, but when is the time for me to do something, I know it and I do it and I don't care, because it is a time for that. Time and chance happen to them all, and this is the time for that. It's a time for that, and I'm not doing it, and I'm doing it. Ethiopia, man, Ethiopia. Ethiopia, Ethiopia. 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 So don't be offended if you're not from Ethiopia. And then if you're like, oh, you just talk about Ethiopia, just love Ethiopia. Man, I'm fighting for the capital city of Africa. We are fighting for the capital city of Africa, man. If he's not at peace, the entire continent is not going to be at peace. It's not going to be at peace, guys. This is the symbol of independence. It's not going to be at peace. Maybe you guys, you won't understand if Ethiopian is saying these things, but I was not born here. And I'm telling you this. What happens if the only symbol of independence you have is down? The only symbol of independence you have is constantly at war. What happens? What does that tell you? Look down on Ethiopia? What does that tell you? No, it tells you that, hey, you got to stand and protect that symbol of independence you have, because that's the only thing you have. That's the only symbol of independence you have. You don't have another thing. It's the only one. It's the only one. Ethiopia needs to heal its wounds. Healing of Ethiopia is healing of Africa. Absolutely 100%. 100%. We need Ethiopia to step up. We need Ethiopia to be safe and to be at peace. And we need the people of Ethiopia to come together no matter what, to fight against all these terrorist groups who are dismantling again and again and again. We need the people of Ethiopia to come together. It's not a time to take sides. It's not a time to pick sides. We need the people of Ethiopia to understand and to know that there are few bad people who don't want peace for Ethiopia and for Africa. And we should do everything we can to stop them. But we cannot generalize everyone in these regions. They can't pay price for someone else's sins. That's why I fight for Ethiopia. All right, guys. I promise you I'm not going to be here for long because I'm sharing with you this video. It's coming in 10 minutes. I want you guys to go to copy this link. I want you guys to share with everybody you have. You must see this video. It will be 30 minutes long. Grab your popcorns, grab your drinks, and I'm going to share the link here because I'm going to end this live stream and I want you guys to move to that stream. This video, I'm just telling you this, guys. Watch this video. That's the only thing I will say. And maybe I'll come back later to talk to you guys again. But watch this video because I'm not here to rest. I'm not here on a vacation. I'm here to work. I've been called here even without me myself knowing that I'm coming here. I want you guys to watch this video. I share the link in the comment section. Copy that link. All right. Share with somebody. Share with somebody, anyone you know, everyone you know. And share on WhatsApp group everywhere. Like that stream. Go and like. We have 31 likes there. Go and do so because it's going to help to spread this message. Ethiopia, remember who you were. And let me change that title to write Ethiopia, you must remember who you are. Remember who you are, because who you were, it sounds like right now. Remember who you were, remember who you are. Yeah, I think that's better. Remember who you are, guys. Ethiopia, remember who you are. You are a warrior. You are victorious. And God is with you. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't lose hope. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You are the capital city of Africa. You are the mother of Africa. Step up. Let there be unity. Let there be peace. Let there be love. In Jesus' name. Amen. Because we have one veteran here today. The guy who fought for Korean War. He's here, and I'm gonna have an opportunity and an honor to meet him. And so, how are you? How are you?
Fine.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. quote. Thank you, Ethiopia, for representing Africa and putting Africa on the map. Your sacrifice will never be forgotten. And now all Africans must stand and show up for Ethiopia. As I remember our ancestors and the sacrifice they made to fight for the lives of Koreans, I will dedicate my life to fight for Africans and Ethiopians. I love you. Mika Chabal. Thank you so much.